Hey guys, this is Alex from 4C Trading, and as we promised already last night when we talked about a continuation on Ethereum, we are now going to focus a bit more on altcoin longs. And again, some of them are looking better, some of them are looking worse. I'm definitely going to be focusing more on alts that haven't had such a run-ups like some ones, right? I'm going to focus not on alts that will have a structure like this and now going down. I'm most likely looking at something that had a decent pullback in the latest crash, or the latest pullback of Ethereum or Bitcoin. And one of those pullbacks is definitely Bitcoincash. We can see that it made a full 40% downturn and actually managed to hit quite a nice area right here that managed to hold. Obviously, during those areas when it's crashing a lot everywhere, you don't want to be knife catching these sort of areas, but sometimes you can do that as well. Well, in this case, this area has already been tested, so it's not exactly available anymore. But what we can do indeed is go on a little bit lower time frames and actually find some of these entries with better stop losses to begin with, right? So what I'm going to be hunting today on Bitcoincash, and I see a very good opportunity here that could potentially span all the way up to $670, which is about 30%. Not the biggest trade we have ever taken, but it's definitely still a very good profit if you're out of the trade. And also a very good signal if you kind of sold this top and now you kind of try and get back into it because you do not want to miss runs. And everyone who did sold the top and went exited before the whole reversal happened, that was pretty nice. And we are still not out of the loop, because essentially what can happen right now, because we went so deep, right, you can retest the top, reject it again, and you can actually go even lower, or you can then hold the mid, right, and continue on the bull run. So yes, if the bull run is over or if the bull run is going to continue, we still can't know at this date, but for sure we can do something. We can open a couple of trades, we can follow the current small trend again after a first reversal, and then kind of see where it leads us, right? And obviously make some money doing that. So a Bitcoincash is pretty straightforward at how this reversal is being panned out. So yes, I'm going to be using this area, the next one that we currently tested, on the smaller time frames, which is also, if you zoom it out, it does conjunction well with the higher time frames as well. It's not completely to be thrown away at. And you can see this is pretty good to the left side as well. So I will be using this area in order to get a position on Bitcoincash yet again. And this time around, I am on Bittrex exchange for only one reason, because the chart is much bigger, right? But this can be pretty much taken on any exchange, because we are only looking at macro structure here at the small time frames only, so it's not that big of an issue at all, right? So yes, we are gonna be slapping that trade right down the middle of the box like we always do, which will most likely this time around we will be met with quite a nice stop loss, and it's going to be located around here, and that is about 5% stop loss. Now I'm going to only go to 4 hourly to kind of check if that stop loss makes sense there as well, and it does completely make sense here as well. It's definitely conjunction well to the left side, and we shouldn't really be revisiting this area all the way down here. After the recent pump, and after the recent pump we are now slowly gaining over this left side. So yes, the next point we want to hold is definitely this. If you don't hold this point, you will most likely go retest all the way down to the bottom, which again could be taken as another trade, but we will not discuss this one today due to the fact that this is so far away right now that we will just make a video about it later if that does indeed happen in the first place. So yes, we will be focusing right now on this trade that we just set up, and now our mission is to kind of find the profit takes, right? Now profit takes can vary from coin to coin, because most of the coins do look like this certain structure right now, which happened on the pullback. They are very similar to each other. Now some of the coins like Link, for example, they did test this, right? So apparently Link, if they did test this on Link, I would most likely go just for the previous resistance high, which is in that fact it would turn out as a bigger profit take as well. But you can see here that on Bitcoincash we didn't manage to test this sort of a gap area, so now I'm going to assume that when we first come up all of this, we should potentially take a profit take here. So the fact if we don't, it can break down from here and we are actually going to be left without profits at all, or in worst case scenario even in minus if we don't move our stop loss to break even. So yes, my first profit take is going to be located right here. And even though it is a little bit sooner than expected on the other coins, it is nothing shy to still say it's pretty amazing, right? Because essentially we are getting 18%, 3.6 R, or $91. And again, it is pretty good movement. And you can see that our entry is around $500 mark, and our stop loss is under $480. And you see the profit take spans from $600 all the way up to $6 to 15. So it is pretty good, right? And all of these prices can be seen on the right side of my screen right here. And you can see that this is a USDT chart. So now, as I already revealed, my second profit take, yes, it's going to be located up here. This one is going to be located up here, and it's going to go all the way to up here. And you can see this one now a little bit better, 6.54 R, 32%, or $164 move. And you can now see that this profit take is probably a very complicated one in some sort of reasons, because reason number one, you did drop a lot. We're talking about a 40% drop, as we said, from down to bottom, or even in this case 45% drop. So you went quite deep on Bitcoincash. And when you span out a structure like we are currently seeking out, and especially if you look at it from the hard time frame, yes, you do have very much of still a potential of continuation of the trend, or still staying in the bull trend. But what scares me in this point of moment, because you went down and retested the bottom of the structure so deep, what I'm looking at, you're most likely be rejecting this one and not breaking it on the first try. So if you won't break this on the first try, I don't see much of a point leaving cash at the table. Even though saying that, we should probably be leaving 10% or at least 20% runner, because we are indeed still in a bull market. So the bull market can just continue all to the way to the ups. So in this case, yes, I will choose, that's why I'm on Bittrex in the first place, because I do want to pick out the third profit take as well for this one. So picking up a third profit take, I'm gonna go on daily, zoom out a little bit, and I'm gonna put it on the mainest area that this chart has ever created. And you can see it's quite a fat one, but this is where all the resistance and support were met in the last time, and this is why this makes it so good to begin with. Now zooming back in a little bit, I'm gonna be pulling it, I'm gonna be removing this box, and I'm gonna pull it all the way to the top, and you can see all the way to the top it is actually 70%, $354, or 13.8 R. And yes, this last profit take would be for my runner, which in this case, if you're gonna be leaving 10 to 20%, be my guest as well. But essentially, I still think a better plan is taking last profit here and refilling on the positions lower. And if they don't hold, it's most likely gonna fail, go all the way to the down, or even lower in that case, right? So yes, this mid, after the fact, after this last profit, or should I say secondary profit take, is going to be filled, the mid is going to be the main holding spot we will absolutely have to hold. If it fails, the Bitcoin Cash will be looking at some green times. So yeah, it's still gonna be very much up to if the bull market is here or not, how this trade spans out. But you can see it's a very amazing trade. You have a lot of space on it, and it can potentially turn into a very good runner, which could run all the way up to $1,000 highs. So yes, still a lot to profit off. And you can see from this point of perspective, it's almost 2x. Or if you fill it where we made a box, it is actually 2x to begin with. So yes, guys, it is quite amazing. So please do subscribe to our channel, like the video. We do make these videos every day, as you see. Comment in the videos down below. We do take your suggestions into account as well. And also join us at 4C Block channel, right, where you can see all of this stuff, video that we post, or analysis on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and just kind of keep in touch with the markets during those times when especially when you don't know, well, is the bull over, is the bear market going on again, right? We don't know yet. But yes, and also join us at the live stream that we'll have today, actually in 3 hours. So yes, thank you for joining, guys, and see you in the next one.